And the river still shines and shimmers in the light as it did in our grandfather's day, when they rode all night to fish in the morning and lived in Willapa Bay.
All right. We're already running 5 minutes late here, so everybody's coming in for the Fisher Poets 7 o'clock hour. Come on down front. Let's quiet down so we can hear the performers. My name's Dan O'Quinn. I was supposed to be here at 5 o'clock as one of your MCs. We had a family emergency, but everything's okay, and I finally made it. Here I am. And we are glad you're here tonight. We're still looking for Dennis McGuire. Dennis, if you're in port here, come on up and let us know you're in the house. Yeah. Our first performer in the 7 o'clock hour is Brad Warren, and I'm thinking Brad should have been a doctor instead of a fisherman, because I'm looking at his sheet here and I don't know what it says, but I know Brad pretty well, so I kind of know. He fished troll caught all around Southeast on the FV Anna. He was an editor at National Fisherman, so you know the guy knows how to write. He ran Pacific Fishing, and I know Brad best through Global Ocean Health, which is a great nonprofit organization dedicated to saving our world's ocean. Mostly I know through acidification, is that right?
And the other consequences of carbon. Acidification and the other consequences of carbon pollution for the ocean. Yeah.
So I don't know what Brad's got for us tonight, but I know he's a fantastic musician. I know you're going to love him. So put your hands together for Brad Warren.
Thank you, Dano. Thank you all. It's great to be here. It's like coming back to a family reunion. I love Astoria, and I love the chance to be here among you. In Friday Harbor, when I was a kid, my first reporting job was in a fishing town. And fishermen were starting to notice that some strange things were happening, and they were glad to have somebody, a kid, they could basically say, find out why we're going out of business. What's going on? And so that's what got me started. I think I was 18. And the newspaper couldn't pay very well. Sometimes they couldn't pay at all. So I had a second job that I lucked into, playing music in the fisherman's bar in town. It was called the Mariner. And some of the things that are in this song kind of got their start there. The fishermen were not really the creepy part, but there's every town, every waterfront has an underbelly, and it's pretty interesting sometimes. If you hang around in music for a while, if you work in it seriously, you find a lot of underbelly that you wish you didn't know about. And this all kind of went into this. Can you hear? It's another cold, rainy day, if you could call it day. Just a pallid imitation of a dim bulb in the sky, so the wharf rats can watch the boats wallowing low, and the tired crews can stagger to the 5 o'clock shadow, to the 5 o'clock shadow. Crack a beer, let out a sigh, tell me about the one that got away. Those emerald eyes, so they say, but why the docks are full of lies. That's what keeps me in business. Hit the 5 o'clock shadow. At the 5 o'clock shadow. Don't call me to tell your lost fisherman. Maybe he's got his reasons. Man, the whole harbor knows his warehouse is a grow. Girl, you thought that boat was for fish? If you catch my drift, I'll buy you around at the 5 o'clock shadow. At the 5 o'clock shadow. They say the kingpin in this town used to swan around with his whole St. crew in tow. He was young and proud till he sat down for a round with a guy who plays for keeps. Oh, the secrets you could know at the 5 o'clock shadow. Now some folks say he's on the lam. The truth is, well, I ain't saying. If you're asking me who's paying, you sure you wanna know. Let's take a look around and try to guess which one's a federal. He's looking high and low for the 5 o'clock shadow. For the 5 o'clock shadow. For the 5 o'clock shadow. It's kind of the first chapter in a noir that is going to wind up coming out. I think Stonehill and I are starting work on something that we'll be back with more. I'm not sure what shape it's going to take. This is one that's a co-write with Jeff Kars, who's the reason that some of it's funny. Jeff is a fisherman and poet and translator from Turkish, and an amazing mind and good company. He's here with us at this event this weekend. He's probably at another venue. I think I'd see him by now. But I co-wrote this with him. It's called The Great Fisher Poets Brawl, and I'll let you be the judge of whether any of it's true. There are no reliable witnesses. No hearing has ever been held because of that fact, and the magistrates have refused to opine. Let's see. Well, Free really drained his stout, took the mic, and stared at the crowd. Y'all call yourselves Fisher Poets. I'll be picking you clowns from my teeth. You gonna read or just duck behind your beer like some snapper in a reef? You all got some poetry, or you just a bunch of squids sitting around hiding behind your beard? That's enough, squirt. Mind your place in the food chain, growled Big Pat. You can't eat Fisher Poets. They're the reason we all came. Well, Clem Stark raised a hand in the air, and the room fell into a watchful hush. Clem took the stage like a rattler takes his lair. Might be just a trick of light, but some folks claim they saw lightning in his hair. The old builder of poems planted himself in front of Free Willy. The crafty smile no one could read. One part kindness, one part switchblade. Then he spun to face the crowd. Fisher poets, now's your time. Don't be a tease. No pushing, no shoving, no biting, no spitting, please. Come on now, get up and read. Mobile Stern was first to rise. She looked Willie up and down. What makes you so free? You flying low? Or is that just the breeze fluttering your britches? Looks like you might get chilly. If you ain't dropped a load yet, you will, Mr. Willie. Well, that's when the melee busted out. And through the smashed up chairs and the fists and shouts, a flying lasso sailed the room. And it yanked Mobile Stern clear off the stage. And then a tall cowboy, more mustache than face, leapt up to the mic, and man, he looked enraged. I can't let a woman show me up. I'm the best there ever was. Nah, you're just a harpoon. Big Pat hurled him clear through the saloon. And even now, the great Fisher poets say they can still see his boots sticking out through the glass. If you get lost, just look for the long line of Astoria cowgirls just waiting to kick his ass. Well, Free Willy took in the sea of shouts and fists, and he just could not resist. Y'all got some fine words, but that don't hang a broom in the rigging. That's when a bull sea lion barreled in, pinned Willie to the floor. You smell good. You my favorite little herring. I like 'em raw. If that big tusk bull was in the mood, the flash of black and white broke the spell. Big as a rail car, the killer whale came for food. Gnashing teeth like a row of spear points. You got sea lions in this joint, let me at 'em, that's my only wish. Why let a tasty pinniped steal your fish? They're the ones I came for. Well, the Stellar slunk out the back, and a guy named Broderick finally stood. He stepped up to the pearly rack and he said, I just got a few words, so listen good. Now I need you to watch the door. You can have the sea lions, just don't eat the Fisher poets. They're the reason we're all here. Don't eat the Fisher poets. They're the reason we're all here. How are we doing on time? Got time for one more? All right. My name is Jack Miller. Miller. I'm an old Union man, and you're standing right now in the house that Jack built. My pride is the work that I've done with my hands. It's a laboring man that has made this land great. I am an old man of 92. When you are my age, you'll realize it's true. You're young and you're limber, your bones are like timber. Come the cold winter, you'll change in your ways. I've seen you grow up in what seems a few days, and you know more than I knew when I was your age. I went to the sawmill when I was just 12, and I learned how to run all the saws and the lathes. When the wobblies came around, I was first to sign on. We told the old boss that we wanted a raise. Well, they called out his thugs and they rounded us up. We ran through their gauntlet and many were slain. I worked all my life in the field and the sawmill, built bridges and houses and roads and canals. Let me tell you one thing, how I earned a good wage. There ain't no arms like folded arms for the working man's pay. There ain't no arms like folded arms for the working man's pay. My name is Jack Miller. I'm an old Union man, and you're standing right now in the world that Jack built.
Base scalloping was a livelihood for most of us here. Mackerel clouds overhead are moving on. We call it a sailor sky, and the wind lightens, flattening the water, bringing a following tide.
Thanks so much for talking with us today. Can you tell me your name and what town you're from?
Yeah, my name's Karen, and I'm from Wheeler, Oregon, so just down the coast.
So Karen from Wheeler, how many years have you been coming to Fisher Poets?
This is my second year. Yeah, so brought my husband this year. So hopefully he'll enjoy it as much as I did.
So it was good enough to bring your husband back. What is it you particularly liked about the performances last year?
I think the variety, and I actually got up on stage at the Liberty Theater for the, I don't know what they called it, instant poetry or something. It was fun.
I'm so impressed, and now I'm like extra excited that I stopped you on the street to talk to. So tell me about that experience. How did that go? Did you win? Did you storm off stage? Did you?
No, I did not win. However, I think everybody was a winner because it was so much fun. And I was here with a group of girls, so all my women friends were there. I'm not sure if they're laughing with me or at me, but it was fun. It was a good time.
Well, what would you tell someone if they were thinking about coming to the Fisher Poets Gathering?
Definitely do, and stay over, check out the shops. You know, Astoria's a fun town. It really is. So, you know, we're semi-locals, but it's still fun to poke around and see what's in all the shops.
Thank you so much for taking a quick minute to talk with us.
You bet.